Alright then, starting this season off, we're going to look at our fixtures immediately. We've played Celtic and we won 2-0. Good work. We played Ross County, won 2-0 again. Beat Morton in the Cup, beat St Johnstone 3-2, Hibs 4-1, lost to Dundee United, but then beat Hearts as well. And it's mostly thanks to a lot of our players that will be top of our league table here. So in the past, in the last couple of seasons, you will have seen us trying to sign these younger players to push the team on. I think it's worked in a sense, but we have also struggled to get loans in. So I decided this season was the one we're just going to spend and try and push the team on a bit. So Matteo Liberri came in on a free. I say we're going to spend. He came in on a free because he was just a good backup, best backup available for the cheapest price. So he came in. Rolando de Alt. I paid £18.5 million for him. He looks absolutely phenomenal. He's so good. 18 passing, 16 tackling. Versatile kind of player. He's going to be in the middle of the park next to Miskovic. They are going to be an absolute imperative duo. No one's going to be able to handle them in the middle of the park. Longoni came in to be our new goalkeeper. £4.1 million on him. Ryan Owen, a new right back from PSG. Really looking forward to what he's going to have to bring to us. He's got some nice physicals, mentals, can work on his technicals, but he's got a little bit of decent attacking variety there. Jan Medenica, young Czech striker. He can play on the wings as well. Really like what this guy's going to be able to bring to us. Nice Holy Trinity stats there. And then Jose Iglesias, even better Holy Trinity stats there. Nice physicals as well. Good mentals. He's going to be our striker, whereas Medincha could be our backup striker or coming off the wings. We do have some sales on this screen here. So Caprilli left for 5.75 million. So that's why Longoni came in. Dimer Arroyo left. Heber da Silva, a really good centre back for us, left to Dortmund. Groningen left to Juventus and he got loaned back in. Thank you. Kulikov left for 2.6 million. Giarasuba, who you guys know, left for 22 million. Sorry, really good player for us. Just had to get him out, unfortunately. Juan Morente left for 2.6 million, and then Sota Takeda left for 19 million as well. Just really had to move on. You know, better players. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Divine Mikasa came in for free. He looked like a good backup option. Maybe he doesn't think he's a backup, but in my opinion, he's a backup. And then Renor Ameti came in to replace Takeda. I think he actually does look better if you look into it deeply. 7.2 so far is his one game that he's played. But I think we're doing alright there. Hopefully these signings can push us on. Of course, we're still playing the 4-3-3. This midfield here is absolutely immense with Peralta stepping in. That's maybe the best midfield in the world, especially with Oviedo and Pachi left and right of them. We even have a nice centre back line here, along with our fullbacks as well. I think Ameti and Kwaku are maybe the two players letting it down, but I'm not too bothered right now. This could be just a holding season for us, trying to cement ourselves in the league. Of course, we did get Champions League football yet again. We've got Frankfurt away, Olympiacos at home, Ajax at home, AC Milan, Fenerbahce away, Salzburg away, Bayern Munich and Newcastle. So I think we really have to take advantage of these early fixtures, get good results in nice and quick, and then move on from that. Of course, we're top of the table here. Celtic did get Champions League football as well. They did have to go through qualifiers though, so they played Lask, won 4-2 on aggregate, and then they played Feyenoord and won 2-0 on aggregate. So brilliant for them to get through it. They have Atletico Madrid, Salzburg, Borussia Dortmund, PSG, Ajax, Midtjylland, Eintracht Frankfurt, and AC Milan. So actually harder fixtures than us, I'd say. A bit unfortunate, but it happens. So they're in there as well. What am I trying to do? Rangers. They were in the Europa League and they still are. That's helpful. They played Nordsjælland. and won 2-1 on aggregate. Played Bravo, won 3-1 on aggregate, and then played Maribor and won 4-3 on aggregate. So they made it tough, but they got through. They played Los Goleo, Dynamo Zagreb, Eyüpspor, Lask AZ, Atalanta, Dila, and Braga. I think then Hearts got through into the Europa League. They're in the Conference League now. So they did have Europa League qualifiers. They had to play French Varos, and they lost 3-1 on aggregate. So they're in Conference League against Astana, Aruka, Everton, Pogon, Dynamo Minsk, Jagiellonia. So decent fixtures. I can't lie, that's pretty decent for them. And I believe Kilmarnock, no, it was St Johnstone, who actually are still in the Conference League. So they had a lot of qualifiers. They had CSK Sofia, who they beat 5-3, and then Rook, who they beat 4-2. So not too bad. They play Hapoel Jerusalem, Flora, Sturm Graz, Sevilla, Asteras Tripolis, and AIK. So all 5 teams still in. Why do they have Papi Matarsar? That took me off track there. He has not developed nicely. But all 5 teams still in European football. Really promising for this season. Our Champions League title odds are gonna be 600 to 1. Let's see how we can get on this season. Hopefully decent. Maybe round of 16 help the coefficients a bit if Celtic can get there as well. Guys, this is absolutely unbelievable. Take a look at this. Champions League run. We beat Frankfurt, we beat Olympiacos, we beat Ajax, so we're on 9 points at this point. Lost to AC Milan, drew to Fenerbahce, 10 points. Drew to Salzburg, we're on 11 points. Beat Bayern Munich 4-1. Beat Newcastle, so we're on 16 points. Right. We then play Bayer Leverkusen, 4-2 first leg, 2-1 second leg, we're through to the quarters. Chelsea 2-0, 2-1, we're through to the semis. Liverpool 3-1, 2-1. Into the final where we beat PSG 1-0 and become Champions League winners. That is absolutely immense. Falkirk, after 8 seasons, are Champions League winners. This is the fastest I've ever done it with a team like this, so I'm very happy with that. And wow, we beat PSG. Were trying to go for the treble, the 3 in a row, the 3-peat, and we just stopped them. We said no thank you, and we went in and absolutely bagged ourselves our first ever Champions League trophy. It's been however many years since Celtic were the last Scottish team to lift this title. It's been over 60 years, and now we've gone on to lift it back in Portugal. That's actually pretty crazy. In Lisbon as well. Oh, that's alright then. But just phenomenal. Just absolutely brilliant, isn't it? I'm flabbergasted. The coefficients are going to be crazy. Wow. Let's take a look at the squad. The squad of champions. Let's see, by average rating. Let's do it. Ryan Owen came in from PSG. He's beaten his former team. The first season he's been away. Champions League win. 10 assists from the boy. One of our best players, 7.52. Did get injured quite a bit. But he's alright. He's gone and won the title here. Marco Pacci, 23 goals, 20 assists. Unfortunately, did not play in the final because of his injury. But he got us there, I believe it. I believe he got us there. Jose Iglesias, starting striker this season, 34 goals, 15 assists from the man. His first season in Europe. And he's gone and absolutely tore it apart. Tore it apart. Come on! Kamlan Abolo. No one believed he could be a Champions League winner when he left Togo for Germany. But he's gone and proved them wrong. Go on, son. I believed in you. Mattia Liberali. AC Milan outcast. Now he is turning into a Falkirk outcast because he does want to leave, but now he's doing it with a Champions League trophy. Jan Medenicha, the teenager, has gone on and he's won the Champions League, although he did turn 20. We're calling him the teenager. 26 goals and 9 assists from him. New signing, actually. You guys won't know this guy. Narcis Punchi. He joined us in January for 2.6 million. 2.6 million. He's a Champions League winner in 6 months. Maybe 5 months. He's a Champions League winner in 5 months. Divine Mikasa, he's leaving. 15 million after Champions League win. Ivan Miskovic, 18 goals, 15 assists. Champions League, and he wants to leave as well. After winning the Champions League, he wants to leave us. Oviedo, what a man. 18 and 13 for him. Look at his value, 50 million to 62 million, and he's just signing a new deal. He's so important to us. Rolando de Alt, I knew he could do it. The midfielder dreams actually came true. These boys were formidable in the middle of the park. 7 and 9 for him. Peralta, who I thought we could get more from, 2 and 6 from the middle of the park. It doesn't matter if he gets assists. It doesn't matter if he scores goals. He's so solid. He's so good. Jan-Frank Rommel, second season in Scotland, and he's a Champions League winner. He put the trust in Mr. Kong, and Mr. Kong put the trust back in him, and it's paid off. Renor Armeti, the same for you. Your first season, and you're a Champions League winner. And Antongoni, no one thought this young man would be able to do it. No one thought. And it's come true. Come on. I'm just buzzing. I'm just buzzing. Champions League win already. Let's check the U19s actually. Maybe we've had some good players come through. It's still just Mitchell Munn, unfortunately, who's developed alright. Still 17, could go through a bit more progression. Seems his contract might run out at the end of next season, so hopefully we'll keep that in mind. Chris Palmer has just come through the youth intake as our best player, so hopefully he can develop quite nice as well. He's looking alright actually, he does look pretty decent. So hopefully he learns how to play winger and becomes one of the Scotland's favourite future players. We don't have anyone in here, do we? No, just all these players that have signed and are absolutely rubbish. That's funny. Champions League winners. The coefficients are going to go crazy, which we'll see in just a second, but we'll check all the other teams as well. Of course, we didn't actually check this. We didn't win either the Scottish Cup or the Premier Sports Cup. Celtic won both of those, but we did win the Champions League and the league anyway, so who cares? We did finish in 5th there. We're Celtic. They got knocked out. They got knocked out in the league phase and we went on and won the Champions League. Yeah, priorities, mate, priorities. Rangers in the Europa League don't seem to have won it, unfortunately. League phase. They didn't get knocked out in the league phase, at least. They made it through to the round of 16 at a minimum. Were Hearts in this one? I can't even remember. Knockout playoff round, not there. Round of 16, Rangers knocked out by Lille. In the one season they could do something, knocked out by Lille. And then league phase here. Any Scottish teams? Hearts making it through. In 16, 3 wins in there. And St Johnstone missing out on goal difference. It was by 1 goal difference that they didn't make it through. 2 wins, 4 losses. Let's see how Hearts got on though. They made it through. They beat Genk. That's important. And then they played Vojvodina and actually made it to the quarters, where they beat Aruka and made it to the semi-finals, where they lost to Everton, who did go on to win the whole thing. So they made it very far into the semis. That is very impressive. Good for them. Good for us. We've had a team in the semi-finals and a team in the final and going on to win it. So that is very impressive. Let's see how this set of events has gone on to affect the coefficients. So the European qualifiers have been decided. Of course, we're still in the Champions League. Of course, we did win the Champions League, so you know, Celtic did qualify there as well. Rangers and Kilmarnock in the Europa League and Hibs in the Conference League. We rise up to 17th place in the coefficients of clubs. So that's very nice. Total this season, we didn't even get the most coefficients this season. That's a bit That's a bit mental. How did PSG get the most and we beat them? That's that is weird. Celtic and Rangers in 30th and 31st. Go look for the next Scottish team. If five of us are qualifying to European football, there's got to be at least five teams in the top 100, you know? No other team in the top 100, unfortunately. Got to be someone in the top 200, though. Hibs. Hibs have made it into the top 200. That's what I was searching for. England and Italy get the extra spot. Not us. So coefficients now for the countries, of course. As I said, we have taken over Portugal. We dropped 14.2 from us winning the Champions League, of course. So that put us on to a 51.1. That pushed us on to beat Portugal just there. And right here, we're still ahead of them for next season, so that's important. And we look like we're taking over Turkey, so that's even better. And then there's Netherlands, who are 1 point in front of us, and looking further up, France are only 5 points ahead. So we did drop that 14.2, but we've got two sevens in between us, and we're losing a 10. So we need to replace that very well, or things could go wrong for us. But overall, that's absolutely phenomenal. That's absolutely brilliant. We're doing well, especially, but so are the other teams. Hearts getting into the semi-finals of the Conference League and then not making it into Europe is very disappointing, though. Very disappointing. They didn't even get top six. Where did they finish? In ninth. So it did affect them in the league, but it would have been nice to see them back up here because they could have done something good. But yeah, we've gone on to win the Champions League. We've got £67 million. Why have we got £7 million to spend? That's messed up. That's messed up. So let's get to this next season, and hopefully we do well again. We've got a Champions League to back up here. We need to show them 2 in a row, maybe. Nah, that's too far. Anyway, let's see you guys in the next episodes and the next season. Bye now.